different new construction window options to choose from when purchasing windows for your project. One of the key differences is that some have a built-in J-trim, which eliminates the need for you to install J-trim outside the window. In our example, we do not have a window with built-in J-trim, which means we must trim around the perimeter of the window to ensure weather tightness. Your window installation instructions may suggest utilizing additional weatherproofing materials such as window tape or caulk. We strongly suggest you follow your window installation instructions related to any additional weatherproofing material that may be required. The J-trim for the windows will be identified on your sheet metal and trim package list. There are several different methods commonly used to trim out a window. The following is the recommended method from Worldwide Steel. First, you need to install the trim on each vertical jamb of the window. To do this, you must measure the vertical distance from the top of the window to the bottom. In our example, this dimension is 29.5 inches. Our jambs will include a mitered corner at the top and bottom of the jamb trim. Since the face of the J-trim is 1 inch wide, we will add 1 inch to both the bottom and top to allow for the miter. Therefore, our overall trim length will be 31.5 inches. Measure this distance and cut the J-trim to length. Measure 1 inch from each end of the J-trim and make a mark across the face and inside leg of the J-trim. For the trim cuts at the top of the jamb, cut from the outside corner of the face down to the mark at the interior leg. Then, cut the other side of the interior leg from the top down to this mark. You can then bend this piece about the interior leg back and forth until it breaks off. For the cuts at the bottom of the jamb, cut from the outside corner of the face up to the mark at the interior leg. Then, cut both sides of the interior leg up to this mark. The triangle-shaped piece of the face of the trim should be removed. The tab created on the interior leg will be bent backward as shown and should not be removed. You are now ready to install the jamb trim on your windows. Place the jamb trim so that the inside corners of the miters line up exactly with the top and bottom of your window jamb. Using pancake head self-drilling screws, attach the jamb trim to the window framing. Do this for both jambs of your window. It's now time to cut your J-trim for the windowsill and header. Measure the distance across the window from the outer edge of your left jamb trim to the outer edge of your right jamb trim. In our example, the total length is 19.5 inches. Mark and cut 2 pieces of J-trim to length. We will install the sill J-trim first, so set aside the other piece for the header trim to be installed later. Next, measure 1 inch from each end of the J-trim and cut along the bend on each side of the inside leg. Bend the inside leg back and forth until it snaps off. Do this on both ends. You are now ready to install the sill J-trim. Place the J-trim under the sill. The trim should sit above the tabs created on the jambs as shown. The face of the sill J-trim will slide behind the face of the jamb J-trim to make a mitered corner appearance. The tabs from the jamb trim will then bend back over the sill trim as shown here. Fasten the sill trim to the subframing using pancake head self-drilling screws. You are now ready to install the header trim. Using the header J-trim piece that you cut earlier, measure 1 inch from both ends and cut down both sides of the inside face of the J-trim to create a tab. Bend this tab backward so that when installed, it will cover the vertical jamb trim. Place the J-trim over the head of the window, ensuring the face of the header J-trim slides behind the face of the jamb trim to create a mitered corner appearance. Next, bend the tabs of the inside leg down the vertical leg of the jamb. Install the header trim using pancake head self-drilling screws to the subframing behind. Your window trim is now complete. Thanks for choosing Worldwide Steel Buildings. Got questions? Give us a call at 1-800-825-0316 or visit our website at worldwidesteelbuildings.com.